everybody, it's Ty with Wayfinder Realty, your host for Sold On Flavor. This week, I'm going to come up with a catchy name, but basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a pork loin, cut it and unwrap it so it's like a pinwheel. I'm going to put a bunch of onions and peppers and barbecue sauce inside of it, roll it back up, right? Cover it with bacon lattice and barbecue sauce and maybe a rub, and we're going to bake that off. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, let's get that barbecue sauce going. So the first thing we want to do, we want to add our bourbon. So, and we're going to cook this down a little bit. You don't need a lot. Once you cook down the bourbon, oh, this house smells so good right now. You want to add your ketchup, about 2 cups, about a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, splash of lemon juice. You can use fresh lemons if you want. Apple cider vinegar, Worcestershire, some honey, now you want to let this simmer, not so much because anything has to cook down other than to get some of that alcohol out of it. Ground mustard and some garlic. You just want to incorporate those flavors. Now this is the same barbecue sauce that I use on the cupcakes. I'm going to stuff this with an assortment of bell peppers. I have an onion here. I'm also going to do spinach. One of the things I want to do is I want to cook the vegetables down a little bit. You don't have to, but for rolling it up, it's going to be easier. All right, I want to make it as flat as possible. So when I cook them, when I pan saute these, they're going to be al dente to the tooth, right? So you don't have to cook them that much. Okay, I'm just going to pan saute onions and peppers. So a little bit of olive oil. Make sure you heat. If you're using stainless steel, you want to heat up your pan first. So I have a boneless pork loin. This is a very affordable option for preparing dishes. I'm going to get either 3 or 4 meals out of this thing. So what I'll do is I'm going to cut a roast that I'm going to use for this process. And then I'm going to cut probably some thick cut pork chops that I'll use for stuffing. I'll grill those or bake them, not sure. But you want to make sure when you cut, there's 2 ends, right? There's this end. It looks like a pork chop here on this end. You won't see, if you see a riddle of fat in the middle here, that's not what you're looking for. That's on this end. I can see it right now. So if you're cutting pork chops, you want to start on that end. But I'll probably take this first chunk for the roast, for the pinwheel. Then I'll cut some pork chops. And then you can even use this for barbecue pork on the end. That's what I like to do. So what you want to do here is you want to facing the camera. Basically what you're doing is you're kind of cutting as if you're cutting off a piece, but don't go all the way down. And then you're going to start to turn the pork when you get, so you want to do a little thicker there. It's okay. Okay, one of the things you can do is start to pound it flat. The saran wrap is just so that I don't have pork flying in different directions. We're going to keep her nice and warm with a little bit of a bacon blanket. All right, so the way you do this is you take a strip of bacon, you lay it down. So you want to alternate your bacon. So slice by slice. All right. All right, next step is to roll it back up. All right, so you want to keep it as tight as possible. All right. It's okay, I thought the peppers fall out. That's fine. So then what I want to do is I want to take the top of my pork roast and put it down on that bacon there. Okay. And the reason for the saran wrap is now I can take that, kind of push that up a little bit like that. I can use it to transport it to my roasting pan and take the saran wrap off of it. Make sure I have a good handle on it. I don't want it to fall apart. Next step is I want to baste this in the barbecue sauce. Now I'm putting a little bit aside just for the end so I can put a nice fresh coat, but this is good for the cooking process. And then you want to put a barbecue rub on it. Whatever you have is fine. I'm using a smokehouse maple, but like I said, whatever you want to do, that's fine. Hey everybody, it's Ty with Wayfinder Realty, your host for Sold On Flavor. This week, bourbon barbecue pork pinwheel. Still working on the name. Anyway, let's give it a try. This is absolutely delicious. A meal to be shared with a friend in your new home. If I can be of help, please give me a call. Until next week, take care.